Hello there. Thank you for joining us on NAPTIP On The Move. My name is Angela Agbegi. Recently, a delegation from the Canadian government was in Nigeria to meet with the management of NAPTIP. This meeting took place alongside a capacity building workshop organized for officers of the agency. Our report will tell you more. Don't go away.
The management of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons recently received partners from the Canadian government, including Directors General from the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, Heather DeSantis, as well as the International Policy and Partnership Directorate, Canada Border Services Agency, Natasha Manji. The delegation were received by the Director General of NAPTIP, Professor Fatima Waziri Azi, in Lagos.
We're very happy to finally meet the faces of the people that have been supporting our work since 2021. On behalf of my management and officers of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, and of course on behalf of the Federal Government of Nigeria, I want to say thank you to the Canadian government. Thank you for the support, and not just the support, the very, very impactful support. We have a 24-hour call center. We also receive reportage through walk-ins, and the iReporter is now complimentary. So people, especially young people in schools, can send us reports, directly using the app. And of course, the two vehicles that were donated to the agency will help enhance our work in terms of rescues, in terms of investigation, and also in terms of sensitization. And the learning management system, which is supposed to, I would say, scale the avenue for trainings for all officers, is also very important and also very impactful. And the NAPTIP On The Move road sensitization that has led to a number of arrests and has also led to a number of rescues. So I want to again say thank you.
The Directors General from Canada commended NAPTIP for their anti-trafficking efforts and assured of continued collaboration with the agency.
We are delighted to be here. I bring the greetings of our colleagues from home and from the Government of Canada, which considers Nigeria to be a very important partner. Canada-Nigeria relationship is so strong and is really demonstrated by the cooperation that our organizations have been able to put into real motion with projects like this one. The migration relationship is very, very important to the Government of Canada. Of course, we're also aware of the trafficking of people and criminality, and your work here with NAPTIP is so important, and human trafficking, of course, is a critical priority for the Government of Canada as well. So we're very, very pleased to be able to join with you in this project, and we look forward to continue to collaboration with you.
It's just so inspiring to hear all of the impressive successes. I know that all of you work closely with our Royal Canadian Mounted Police, our RCMP officers, in those impressive interdictions and prosecutions, and Canada Border Services is part of Canada's public safety portfolio. So the RCMP, the Canada Border Services, alongside our public safety, our intelligence agency, corrections and parole board, a really natural fit of those agencies together. But of course, we are also very strong partners with IRCC and other departments that contribute to different parts of the continuum in terms of human trafficking. So CBSA is one of 8 federal organizations that are involved in Canada's national strategy to combat human trafficking, and we play a role in managing the border.
The Lagos Zonal Commander, Comfort Agbuko and other officials also made presentations on their work in Lagos State. It was a fruitful meeting. The next day, a two-day workshop on strategic communication for public relations and public enlightenment officers of NAPTIP across the country, in collaboration with the Canadian government and its implementing partner, the ARC Group, commenced. The Director, Research and Development of NAPTIP, Josiah Emirole, welcomed all present.
I feel highly honored and privileged to welcome you to the commencement of these 2 days capacity building workshop on strategic communication for public relations and public enlightenment officers. The objectives of this workshop are clear and transformative. They include to sharpen the strategic communication skills of the public relations and public enlightenment officers and leading them to deploying such skills to dealing with the evolving nature of human trafficking in Nigeria. To share with participants the content of the NAPTIP communication policy and strategy, to acquaint participants with requisite skills in the development and dissemination of verbal anti-trafficking communication contents. The fight against human trafficking is not an individual endeavor. It is a collaborative journey, and the success of this workshop will have a lasting impact on our job. To our Director General, thank you so much again for this opportunity.
Give a round of applause.
Goodwill messages were delivered by the Directors General of the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada and the International Policy and Partnership Directorate, Canada Border Services Agency.
I'm very grateful to be here. Personally, this is a very tremendous opportunity as well to see the results of your work in action. The work that all of you have put into this day speaks to the importance that we have attached to our collective efforts to address the irregular migration and movement of people and fight human trafficking here in Nigeria. Canada welcomes our collaboration with Nigeria, an important partner in West Africa, on these important issues. This includes our partnership with NAPTIP and our implementing partner, the ARC Group, for the Nigeria Irregular Migration and Human Trafficking Mitigation Institutional Capacity Building Project, which was funded by my Department of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada. One of the many deliverables of positive outcomes of this project is today's event, which is of particular significance, as I understand it's the first time that NAPTIP public relations officers from across Nigeria are able to meet face-to-face and receive strategic communications training on the dangers of human trafficking. In closing, I would like to reiterate Canada's support for Nigeria and its efforts to strengthen its border controls, ensure the safe movement of people, and curb the fight of trafficking against persons and smuggling of migrants.
On a personal level, I'm especially excited to be in a room full of strategic communicators. Nobody should ever underestimate the might of a group of motivated strategic communicators such as yourselves. As Nigeria's influence regionally and globally continues to expand, so does the importance of the relationship between Nigeria and Canada. The ties between our people, our economies, and our shared priorities becomes even stronger. We know that with increased opportunity for movement comes an increased interest by bad actors to exploit people. This two-sided reality makes it that much more important that we collectively find ways to partner in preventing, detecting, disrupting, and properly prosecuting those criminals. And since we know that none of us can do it alone, it is our responsibility to leave a legacy of collaboration and leadership to those who will continue to do this work in the future. Congratulations to all of you for stepping up to this challenge together. I know I speak for my Canadian colleagues here and at home when we say that we are equally excited about the future of our relationship and what we can do together.
The Director General of NAPTIP addressed the forum.
It is a delight to be here at this capacity building workshop on strategic communication for NAPTIP public relations and public enlightenment officers, supported by the Government of Canada and implemented by the ARC Group. To our partners, thank you for uniting with us in our shared commitment to combating the scourge of human trafficking by recognizing and supporting the immense power of strategic communications in advancing our cause amongst all other successes. We have deliberately brought together public relations and public enlightenment officers across the command to emphasize the need to speak and project with one voice under one vision, knowing the strategic role you play in shaping not just the NAPTIP narrative, but the Nigerian story. Of course, strategic communications encompass the deliberate use of messaging, media, and channels to drive awareness, change behaviors, and achieve a set of objectives. In the context of human trafficking, however, it serves as a formidable tool for prevention, protection, and prosecution in various ways. In our fight against human trafficking, strategic communications are not merely an accessory, they are a strategic imperative. They amplify our voices, mobilize communities, and drive change. As advocates, we must harness this tool to its full potentials.
The technical session commenced with presentations on various topics, including on promoting the use of the iReporter app, social and behavioral change communication, target audience and effective communication. Strategic communication as a tool in combating trafficking in persons were made by officials of NAPTIP and the ARC Group. The workshop continued the next day with more presentations and group work. The highly interactive two-day workshop, which is the first of its kind since the inception of NAPTIP, ended with presentation of certificates to the resource persons, the implementing partner, and participants.
This training for building capacity of public enlightenment officers and public relation officers came at the right time. We have learned fresh ideas. We have learned a lot of fresh knowledge that we are going back to our community and reflect, more especially the social and behavioral change communication strategies. It's really give us we develop a lot of knowledge, because when we are doing the first activities, there are a lot of gaps. So now we have already been educated, we have acquired new knowledge on how we are going to reach communities in terms of advocacy, in terms of participatory issues that has to do with research, issue of planning programs. So we have learned a lot.
I want to appreciate my DG for this wonderful and amazing training, and also to say thank you for giving us this opportunity. In this training, I've learned so much, adding to the knowledge I had before, how to disseminate informations and how to also know people's culture, learn their culture and know how to sensitize them on the menace of human trafficking. Also, to be able to disseminate my information properly. I also want to say that NAPTIP iReporter is also a very good avenue. It will enable those who cannot reach the agency through any other means, wherever they are, they can be able to report issues of human trafficking to NAPTIP.
From the training, I've gained a lot, like in the area of communication, like we talked about internal and external communication, about approach, about especially the SBCC, the social behavioral communication area. I'm able to learn that my approach of speaking should be strategic, it should be concise, it should be something that has meaning, that has a purpose, and that the way I speak it should be intentional.
The two-day workshop on strategic communication sharpened the communication skills of the public relations and public enlightenment officers of the agency to support the fight against human trafficking.
Moving on now, the Director General of NAPTIP and her team were in Damaturu, Yobe State to inaugurate the State Task Force on Human Trafficking. This was followed by a 4-day capacity building for members of the newly inaugurated task force in the state. We will bring you sights and sounds of this event if you stay with NAPTIP On The Move.
The Director General of NAPTIP, Professor Fatima Waziri Azi, and her team were in Damaturu, Yobe State to inaugurate the Yobe State Task Force on Human Trafficking. Present at the event were commissioners, permanent secretaries, representative of the Emir of Damaturu, members of State Task Force including various law enforcement agencies, Ministry of Justice and non-governmental organizations, faith-based organizations and community leaders. The inauguration was supported by the International Organization for Migration, IOM.
On behalf of the International Organization for Migration, I would like to acknowledge the proactive approach of Federal Government of Nigeria, the State of Yobe, and the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, towards fostering efforts in combating trafficking in persons. Trafficking in persons is a crime that spares no one. It violates the rights of women, men, boys, and girls. The fight against it requires multi-sectoral and interagency collaboration. Since 2019, NAPTIP has established 23 states coordination structures on trafficking in persons, of which so far 18 have been supported by IOM.
The Director General of NAPTIP commended the state government for their support to the agency.
On behalf of the management officers and men of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, and our partner, the International Organization for Migration, IOM, I wish to express our profound gratitude to His Excellency, Dr. May Malaboni, for accepting to inaugurate the Yobe State Task Force on Human Trafficking. I would like to take this moment to further extend our deepest appreciation to His Excellency for his unwavering support to NAPTIP in the fight against human trafficking in Yobe State. This support has been demonstrated through the inclusion of NAPTIP in the Yobe State Alternative Dispute Resolution Mechanism, the Yobe State At-30 Committee, and the State Protection Sector Committee. Let me take you back to the early 2000s, when NAPTIP established state working groups on human trafficking with the support of UNICEF. These working groups brought together key stakeholders in each state under the leadership of the state government. The aim was to share information, conduct sensitization programs, and formulate strategies for combating human trafficking within their respective states. Unfortunately, the gains of that initiative could not be sustained, largely due to the insufficient political will and inadequate resourcing of these working groups. This led to the creation of the state task forces, in line with the decision of the National Economic Council. This decision, taken at its 45th meeting on the 24th of January 2013, called for states to support NAPTIP's activities to strengthen the national response to human trafficking at the subnational levels. This is why NAPTIP is collaborating with state governments to establish task forces on human trafficking under the supervision of state governors and chairmanship by the State Attorney General and the NAPTIP Commander. These task forces are aimed to consolidate the efforts of the agency and other stakeholders.
She also highlighted some of the efforts of NAPTIP in Yobe State.
Since NAPTIP commenced operations in Yobe State in 2018, we have achieved significant milestones. The rescue of 32 victims of human trafficking in collaboration with other sister law enforcement agencies, receiving and supporting 600 and 260 Libyan returnees between 2018 and 2019, with 160 of them originating from Yusufari and Mechina local government area. The rescue of 38 victims of human trafficking, with 11 of them receiving training and empowerment through IOM. receiving 23 cases, securing 1 conviction, and actively prosecuting 6 cases in court.
The Attorney General of the state, Saleh Samanja, received the NAPTIP team on behalf of the state governor.
Welcome to Yobe State. In fact, you aptly said it, you are the first NAPTIP director to visit Yobe State. You are welcome. Okay. It may interest you to note that nationwide human trafficking task forces are multidisciplinary teams established with the goal of providing the broadest range of services and resources for victims and the most diverse range of investigation and prosecution options in response to the perpetrators of this crime. You may also wish to know that the Yobe State has since passed into law, VAP law, that is Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, and it has since become operational in Yobe State. On our part, I wish to assure you, the DG, that we in Yobe State, we are ready to partner with NAPTIP in carrying out its statutory mandate of curbing trafficking in persons and other vices associated with illegal movement of persons from our state to other states and even beyond our borders. While appreciating your visit to Yobe State, I wish to further assure you that you will find in us the willing and committed partner in fighting against trafficking, human and related crimes in the state.
He then inaugurated the State Task Force on Human Trafficking.
Human trafficking is a very serious phenomenon now in Nigeria, and Yobe State, being one of the states that is currently being on the radar for human trafficking, I think we have a lot to do. With these few remarks, it's my honor and pleasure to inaugurate you as members of the Yobe State Task Force on Human Trafficking.
After the formal inauguration, the NAPTIP officials and partners commenced a 4-day training of the members of the State Task Force on Human Trafficking. Several presentations on victimology, standard operating procedures for coordination of law enforcement response to human trafficking, trafficking in persons, control of activities for organizations and centers were made by directors of NAPTIP. Officials of IOM and UNHCR also made presentations. The forum was highly interactive as all the members of the State Task Force exchanged ideas and information on how to effectively collaborate to stamp out human trafficking from Yobe State. So far, NAPTIP has inaugurated task forces on human trafficking in 23 states of the Federation, and this synergy with the states is yielding results. NAPTIP On The Move is sponsored by Expertise France, funded by the European Union.
Indeed, partnership is instrumental to combating human trafficking. As usual, we bring you an account of a victim. Keep watching.
I was living with my parents before. I was in SS3. I was about to write my WAEC, so my mommy did not have the money to register my WAEC. So the woman that she was working with her, she said that she wants to help my mommy. So the woman called another woman, my auntie from this Abuja, that she needs somebody. The woman said yes, she need a girl. So they now do well-be that she'll come, and I came here. I came here in May. She said that she's going to put me in school. I will start from SS2. After 2 months, the woman started maltreating me. She started beating me, and the reason why I'm here is because food stuff finished. I did not tell her. She now beat me, and she said that if she go to work, she'll come back. I will not do my work. Why I will do my work? But she said that she's not okay with the work. That night, and I told her that food stuff has finished. She now said that why didn't I tell her? So she now said that she'll go and serve my punishment. I went and now serve my punishment. My legs started shaking. And I now told her, "Auntie, I want to pee." And I said that she'll pee in the parlor. I peed in the parlor. She now started flogging me anyhow, beating me anyhow. He now said I should go and bring mopping bucket and mop it. I mopped the first time. She said I should remop it again and mop it again. He now said I should continue my punishment. She went inside, sleep. He now said that I should go and sleep. The next day, and I came to Kado Market to tell my customer so that she can give me money, whether she can help me with 1,000. I will just go straight to the park and beg somebody to carry me back to Benue State. So I was telling the woman said that she don't know me from anywhere apart from I used to be buying things from her. So she cannot help me, she don't know me from anywhere. So there were so security people there. They now heard what I said. They now brought me to their senior. I explained everything to them. I showed them all the marks. So the colleague now said that we should come to NAPTIP office. And I came there. They said that I should tell them everything that happened. I told them all that happened. They now brought me to shelter. They said that after they finished the case and the Director General signed, I can go back to Benue State. I just want to thank the NAPTIP office, the Director General, for helping me to be here. If not, I don't think I would be alive because of the beating. And I also thank them for bringing me here. Thank them for helping me so that I will go back to my family.
For more inquiries and support, or to report cases of suspected human trafficking, violence against persons and child abuse, please call NAPTIP hotline 0703 0000203 or the short code 627, or email us info@naptip.gov.ng. Visit our website www.naptip.gov.ng. Follow us on our social media platforms at NAPTIP Nigeria, or watch our videos on YouTube.
This is the size of our package. Thank you for watching, and do join us again same time next week. I'm Angela Adwegi. Bye for now.